YouTube, what's good? What's going on? It's your guy, Hugh Steph, and this is Billionaire Talk. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got ourselves a reaction video from Reva TV. Shout out to Reva TV. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know she looked good. I never seen her face. I always just see her name pop up. Anyhow, she's covering a video about Coi Leray and Justin Laboy, which seems like they just had a recent breakup, which is crazy because back in around February, they had a new relationship that just started. Anyhow, let's just cut to the video. I'm going to let Miss Reva TV take care of all the details and the facts. I'm just here to commentary, you know what I'm saying? Just to speculate and comment here and there. So before we do that though, two buttons, you already know. Subscribe and like. Go ahead and get that jumping so we get the channel thumping. Let's get it. Let's get to the video.
Babe, do you think you should have fresh cooked breakfast every morning on the table for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I think that the men should wash the dishes after.
Okay, that's your opinion. That don't mean I'm doing it.
We really together?
Accountability is a thing. You look in your face during Valentine's Day, but in January they had a good time. December, like,
I don't care.
Those stepdad applications is crazy.
Reva TV.
All right, so real quick, before we get into the video, for real, what y'all feel about that? If your girl cooks you dinner, it could be breakfast, it could be dinner, it could be just in general. Do you think it's fair if the fellas clean the dishes? What y'all think? In my opinion, if y'all are I don't want to say 50-50, but so to say 50-50 where y'all both work a job and y'all both split the bills, listen, trust me, the happier she is, and I'm not saying to do everything and anything and the men can't be happy, but if she got to work just like you do and come home and take care of chores, you got to bust it out, fellas, and pause and help her. Because if she happy, you'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to tell you, take it from me.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. Now, rapper Coi Leray and her new boyfriend, Justin Laboy, literally just made their relationship public, and now the relationship is over. Okay? Or at least that's what fans are speculating based off of the fact that the two of them have unfollowed each other on Instagram. And this is right off of the coattails of their interview that they did on his Respectfully Justin podcast. And so we're going to go ahead and dive into everybody's opinions on what the demise of the relationship actually was. And of course, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions, my feelings on the situation as well. So there were these posts that were going around on social media of Coi Leray and her boyfriend, Justin Laboy, and people were like, wow, like the two of them are actually, you know, having an actual relationship, right? This is not a PR thing. This is like an actual relationship that the two of them are involved in.
half of the world thinks we're the new power couple, and the other half thinks we faking it and it's a PR stunt. Are we really together?
Yes, we're really together. Are we really together?
They actually got introduced when she went to his podcast the first time, in which they discussed a barrage of things. Some of those things being, you know, her co-parenting relationship with her ex, you know, who is obviously her baby daddy.
What is your relationship like right now?
Just co-parenting, trying to figure it out. We're still new parents, so
yeah.
we're just trying to figure it out, literally.
Now, in hindsight, people are kind of realizing that, you know, during this conversation, Justin Laboy was very, very flirtatious with Coi Leray, like acting like he was, you know, territorial over her.
You like me a little bit, Coi? Just a little bit.
I think you're cute.
Okay. Whatever you like, I am.
I linked up with somebody that I actually think I like. I actually like, not even think I
Hold on,
really
you like this?
Yeah, but like,
I don't like that.
Now it almost seems like, you know, in all the questions he was asking her about her ex, it was more to kind of figure out, you know, where he would be able to get in, where he fit in the situation if he were to pursue, you know, Coi Leray romantically.
That's like, so do you drop your daughter off to him? Does
He
come
lives
see
in
me?
another state, so not right now, and she's 3 months, so it's still early.
Closer to mom now?
Yeah, but we're working on, as she gets older, on how we're gonna, you know,
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people who are fans of Coi Leray are very well aware of the fact that she had a very public relationship with fellow rapper Trippie Redd.
What's your favorite anime?
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon?
Yeah. I love everyone. It is. It's as cute as you think.
Trippie, what's your favorite anime?
I really like Bleach and I like Naruto. Congratulations, baby.
They actually ended up breaking up very soon into her pregnancy. And she was very open about the fact that, you know, she gave birth alone. She basically had the rest of her pregnancy alone. And she just did it kind of like by herself because the two of them were at odds.
So you're pregnant, you find out you're getting cheated on. How did you get through that? Like, that's really tough. Like, I remember watching that happen online on social media.
I honestly wish I didn't go public with it because it created so much more problems in my life personally.
Now, when Justin had his, you know, initial meeting with Coi Leray, he, you know, came bearing gifts. He had gifts for her child and stuff like that. You know, he was trying to, you know, do that smooth little, you know, sneak in kind of situation based off of him knowing, you know, that she was on the market. She's free. She's available. And he was even very open about the fact that, like, you know, he had always wanted to be in a relationship with her. And he saw this as basically like, you know, the opportunity to just like shoot his shot.
You know, we come with gifts.
Oh my God. So cute.
Oh, mama, we gotta get fly.
Oh my God. I'm so
Super cute. Little boys, right?
This is sick.
So cute.
So mother, if I want.
Oh, wait. Did he buy her baby shoes? All right, so if he bought the baby shoes, listen, first of all, ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's the other stuff that we're going to get to in this video that kind of made me formulate an opinion about bro. And it, respectfully, I'm glad I get to use this against him. Respectfully, it's just my opinions, you know, to each their own. But you buying baby shoes, because it's one way to get her, you know what I'm saying? And it's another way to, I ain't gonna say that. Hey, but let the best man win. That's all I'm gonna say.
I wanted to plan a date out for us, just me and you. Give me some tips.
Now, after their relationship, you know, materialized, and of course they were all over social media having different kinds of conversations, and you know, he's kind of like you know, fanning her flame and stuff like that on social media.
Bad. Yo, thank you to every that ever fumbled you. Like God said, like everybody gonna drop her for you. That's a blessing.
Boom, that right there. That's the strike one for me. We gotta stop this whole niggas fumbled you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you already got her. You ain't even gotta kick it extra to her no more. Now, if that's how you feel, cool, because, you know, she's a pretty girl for sure. Very attractive. But we gotta stop excuse me. We have to stop pedalizing. I cannot say that shit. Stop putting people on the pedestal. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, that only works if she puts you on the pedestal. But if I'm her, I'm not gonna lie, my radar just went off. As soon as you said that, I'm like, boom, oh, I got this nigga. Oh, niggas fumbled me, and now boom, I got him. Cause now she looking like, I can milk this nigga. He gonna worship the ground I walk on. There's no wrong that I can do. But we'll see. We'll see.
She then went on to his podcast, the Respectfully Justin podcast, and it was actually like a Valentine's issue of the podcast. And they were speaking about their relationship. They were very open about, you know, a barrage of different things.
About to get you drunk. I want to hear things you never told me before.
I'm gonna do that.
Nah, you got to.
First of all, what is she wearing? Like, I can see the setup. I think they're together at this point, but she's wearing that. He's trying to get her drunk. Off camera, I'm pretty sure there's some type of couches. Hey, shit. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got a production team, but I see the setup. I ain't mad. Just don't say no bullshit.
Now, it was very telling, right, in the interview, and a lot of people saw it, that first of all, I mean, Coi Leray was there in basically lingerie, okay, which is not too far off from her regular, you know, kind of like aesthetic of clothing that she wears even on social media. But, you know, she was having the interview with him, and it was clear as the longer that the interview went on that she was getting like more and more inebriated, right? So she's talking to him and he's asking her about thoughtful gifts or whatever. And this is where things rapidly started to take a left turn in the interview.
I never made it to a relationship. I've only been in 2 relationships. And
No, we're not gonna do that. Accountability is a thing.
we can take accountability, but you gotta sit there.
You let in your face during Valentine's Day, but in January they had a good time. December, like,
I don't care.
Now, to me, I think there's a lot of things that are happening here at this moment, right? At this present moment, there's a lot of things happening here. First of all, it's like, do y'all know each other? We know the answer to that question is actually no, because they literally just met and then just, you know, swiftly got into a relationship, right? Very strong relationship within like a month or 2 month kind of span. That's first of all.
About to get you drunk. I want to hear things you never told me before.
Second of all, you know, when having this kind of conversation, it's important to be open of this situation. But I think that it started to then change the narrative that he had of her in his mind, right? Like maybe he thought that she was on a certain type of pedestal and that, you know, she was always showered and stuff like that. And so now he needs to do the most to be able to be in line with all the other men that she's been with. And she was like, nah, ain't nobody ever do that. Now he's like, hold on a second. You making me jump through hoops while you are you know, this is just my opinion of what he's thinking. You're making me jump through hoops to be with you while you have already had a child and you are now a single mom and I'm caring for you and your baby. But in the past, you let other guys like play in your face and play around and they didn't have to get you any expensive gift while you're asking me for one.
See, that's what I'm saying. When bro hit you with the, I thank God that, you know, all these niggas fumbled you so that God brought you to me. Bro, when you say shit like that, especially to a pretty girl, she gonna eat that shit up because she gonna see you. I don't care how much she like you. And she might see you as a little green. She might see you as, you know, you might be handsome, you might be sweet, all that, or stand-up guy or whatever. But when you say shit like that, in her mind, she's like, I can get that, especially if she hasn't had it before. Because I'll go on the women say Trip ain't never said no shit like that to her. I have no idea. I'm just going off a whim. But he probably just kicked it straight to her like, yo, what's good? Shit, you smoke? Shit, let's do this music. Are we together now? Shit, well, I don't do Valentine's Day, but we can take a trip. I'll blow your back out. Here's a Happy Meal and take 2 of these in the morning, call me. You know what I'm saying? That's how he coming. But Justin Laboy on that, listen, again, get it how you get it, but that's why she came at him the way she did. Because basically, what I'm saying is, by bro putting that out there like that, you have now programmed her mind to have expectations. Meaning you have to do these things that she's never gotten before because she's expecting that from you. And it's because of how you set it up. Now, again, the bro can wine and dine her all he want, but by you doing that before you even, and now you mad that you got to put in work that other niggas didn't have to put the work in to do, you gave her the expectations. I ain't even mad at her.
what's more important to you on Valentine's Day? How expensive the gift is or how thoughtful the gift is?
Both. Okay. I like expensive things. I like thoughtful things, 50-50, period. Okay. I hope that your gift is very thoughtful and expensive.
Then speaking of exes, the conversation then ventured off into him asking her about like how much money she's ever spent on an ex before.
Why I would go broke if I
don't
spend
spend $100,000 on me.
What you mean? You want to see my statements?
You ain't spent $100,000 on me.
I spent a damn near.
You think you spent the same on me than you spent on in your past? But if you spent $100 on them, you better spend $1 million on me.
Now this is
real quick. Fellas, don't do that. Do not ever compare what you are doing or what you're experiencing to an ex, because let's say the ex did spend a way bigger bag. You might remind her of the good moments that she and ex had. And then now her mind might linger a little bit. Don't ever make that mistake. When you with that girl, she's with you, have her focus on you. It's about y'all. You know what I'm saying? If she like you, whatever you do, she gonna like you anyway. But don't put that bug in her ear, especially if you the type of nigga that can't really handle her responses. Just saying.
This is when the measuring starts to come in. Okay? Now, in my opinion, I think this is very mature on Justin Laboy's part. Okay? I think it is. Because
Reva, you smart. You loyal. And you beautiful.
Mainly because, one, you should have had these conversations prior to you bringing her onto a public platform and a podcast. That's just my opinion, right? But also, it's like, now here comes a comparison. So again, in his mind, he had this idea of the type of person that she was and maybe what she was accepting. And I believe that the only reason why he started to now backpedal is because, again, he's realizing, wait, you're having me jump through all these hoops. I'm doing the most to shower you and to prove to you who I am and what you deserve and whatever. But in the past, you never made other men do that stuff for you.
I never made it to a relationship. I only been in 2 relationships. And
No, we're not gonna do that.
And in return, the men were doing way less for you, and you were showering them with $100,000 worth of gifts or whatever it is, and you're not even giving me in turn, and I'm doing more for you than they were, right? So
put it like this: bro bought her baby shoes, and didn't even get close or half of what Trippy got or whoever else got. Pressure, she was dating Pressure before. They didn't even buy her baby shoes. You know why? Because she didn't have a baby. So now he coming in playing stepdaddy. He bought the baby shoes. And you ain't even get what them niggas got for free. Yeah. Hey, look, just say if you ever see this, it's all love. I'm just calling it right now. But hey, for real shit, you fucked up. Just saying.
I feel like as he was sitting there, the calculations started going in his brain.
Accountability is a thing.
we can take accountability, but you gotta sit there.
You let in your face during Valentine's Day, but in January they had a good time. December, like.
Then the conversation started to take a turn into, you know, things that a lot of people actually were wondering, right? Like one of those things being like, hey, she kind of just had a baby and now she's jumped into a relationship. And so he brought that to the forefront to address it as well.
So for those people who are out there who said it's too soon for you to be dating when you just had a baby, what do you say to them?
For all my ladies that just had a baby, go out there and date and go live your best life.
Okay.
No, don't go out there and live your best life. Heal first. You know what I'm saying? Mentally heal, spiritually heal. Let your body heal. I don't remember how long it takes for the vagina to heal from, you know, delivering a baby, but don't just jump out there and date because you got options. And then your hormones and postpartum and all these other things that follow with, childbirth or pregnancy and all that. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do what she did. And I'll say my last thought. I have a thought right now, but I want to save it to the end of the video. I'm going to let Reva cook.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the worst advice you could give to a new mother. I think a new mother should be focused on her child and her child solely. Okay? The womb is not even 100% healed yet before you're now getting into a new situation with somebody else. And I just think that's too much. I'm just going to be honest. I think that's too much. And I also think that in this age and stage that we're in right now, a lot of women are, too quickly moving forward with kids, right? Like they introduce their kids to everybody. They don't even know the man for real. Don't even know his middle name. Don't even have a good long-standing relationship before they're already bringing, a man into their child's life. And that's traumatizing for children.
Y'all have to stop that. Y'all are crazy,
right? They already have a tumultuous relationship with their dad because he's far away or whatever the case is. Now you're bringing in this new man who's around, then it's going to be some other new man. Like, I don't think so. I think that if there's new mothers out there and the last relationship didn't work out, I think you need to, first of all, take a break, get yourself together. Because after you have a baby, your whole, everything changes within yourself. You need to know who you are in this new stage of your life. Focus on your child. And then if you do start dating, in my opinion, I think you need to date that person for a long time, vet them for a long time.
Yeah, y'all don't bring people around your ladies, fellas, y'all too, single fathers. Do not bring new people around your kids. That's the word, because kids have attachment. They can get attached. But also, you got to properly vet people. And sometimes it takes years to actually know who someone really is. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to bring anyone around my kids because I'm going to jail behind my kids. I don't have kids. I'm just hypothetically, right? Don't bring people that are technically strangers around your kids. You need some time. You need time.
I hear things you never told me before.
Before you bring them around your child. It don't matter what gifts they buy in your baby. That don't mean they got to meet them, be in their face, hold them, kiss them up. None of that. That's just my personal opinion. Then obviously they started to, the conversation transitioned into like social media kind of commentary where they're talking about like, what signifies as cheating and what's not cheating.
What do you consider cheating?
Liking photos is cheating. I mean, I feel like I really trust you. You don't really give me nothing to worry about. I'm starting to trust you more. When it comes to phones, it's like, who's texting us?
Yeah, see, now that right there, and first of all, who's texting us? And this is just me. This is what I do. We already established the type of relationship we have in the beginning, so you're not going to be worried about there is no who's texting us. You know what I'm saying? You know who you know, right? You know whoever I introduce you to. And plus, even if you haven't met them, because I do got friends that may pop up from time to time, they all know who you are, right? So there's already a boundary of respect there. And anything beyond that, that's communication and, so forth. But no, it ain't no who's texting us. Damn, I forgot my other thought about what the other thing she said. But anyway, go ahead, Reva.
I want people to understand what's going on here. And especially women. I really especially want women to understand this because, again, in the vein of holding women accountable, you have to understand.
That's what it was. Pictures. I think we have to get past the point, and it's a mental thing. I don't even want to make this like an age thing. It's really just a mental maturity and a thing with trust, right? A trust in our partner and just even trauma. I can't deal with a chick that is tripping off of liking pictures. Could be me, but me personally, they ain't stopped making niggas that go to the gym when they made me. Even if you don't like the picture, subconsciously, I can tell that you can admire a man with muscles, a man with height, a fresh lineup. He smells good. There's other attractive men. So long as you don't pursue that man, I'm good. I already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it weird. Don't make it embarrassing. That's my only thing. But all the liking pictures, I ain't got time for that. Straight up. I don't have time for that.
And how a man's mind works, okay? He is like, this girl is, we're going to keep adding it up. This girl done spent all this money on these men who don't take her serious, who didn't do nothing for her for Valentine's Day, who, either broke up with her or dumped her on Valentine's Day. She ain't never had no Valentine. All these things. And now she's wanting me to put my cape on and be the savior to make up for all the things that she actually has never experienced, right? When he asked a question about Valentine's Day, remember, she was telling him that she wants her gift to be expensive.
What's more important to you on Valentine's Day? How expensive the gift is or how thoughtful the gift is?
Both. Okay. I like expensive things. I like thoughtful things, 50-50, period. Okay. I hope that your gift is very thoughtful and expensive.
While just saying that she had never had a Valentine before. Like, are we understanding?
We can take accountability, but
you look in your face during Valentine's Day, but in January they had a good time. December, like...
I don't care.
Now she's putting all these ramifications on what's cheating. Oh, you can't like no girls' pictures. Oh, you can't do this. It's like this level of control that is seeping in. And I have to be honest, it's almost like he's looking like, okay, girl, like you cute and all, but now you're doing too much. It's almost like we were watching, while watching the podcast, it's almost like we're watching two people start to kind of like get the ick. Her because he is exposing who he is as a man and that he's not this kind of simp that she kind of played him up to be.
But if you spent $100 on him,
I think he did that to himself because the whole, God, like I keep saying the same thing over, but I'm not faulting Coi Leray completely. I think, again, she's attractive. She know that. But when you start talking like, I'm about to treat you better than other niggas and all that, you better off showing it than talking about it because it sound good, it strokes the ego, but you got to perform it too. But it's sweet nothings. And they love that shit. Women love that shit. And when it sound good, Now you got to perform. So again, she's like, hey, I ain't never had that before. So if you're going to be that guy and I didn't require these other guys to get it, okay, step up to the plate. Now you got to perform. Back it up what it is that you're saying you're going to do. He did it. That ain't Coi.
You better spend $1 million on me.
And him, because he's like, I'm walking around with this girl cuffed, and now I'm just realizing the kind of person I'm getting myself into something deep with publicly.
Bad. Yo, thank you to every that ever fumbled you.
You can then see when the conversation starts to take a turn and he's asking her, like, so all the men that you had in the past, do you think they regret not being in a relationship with you?
Do you believe that every man from your past regrets fumbling you?
I don't think they give a. I think a lot of them regret. I think a lot of them don't give a.
You think so?
But when you're jumping into things, demanding to be posted quickly, demanding the gifts and to be showered and to all these things and demanding to be treated in a certain manner, while also being a little bit, overzealous in acting like you receive it so much and you're so deserving of these things because that's what you're used to, when the truth is that you're wanting him again to make up for all the things that the men in your past never did. That's a conflict.
Accountability is a thing.
There's a difference between being in a relationship with a man and he is just giving you something nice or just doing something nice to you that he wants to do, rather than you saying, oh no, I need my gift to be expensive. I need you to go all out for me. I need you to make sure it's this and that because I like nice things. And that's what the men who want to be with me got to do. And then again, when you're turned around and asked questions about, what have the men done for you in the past, you're like, oh, nobody's ever bought me anything nice. Like, nobody's ever spent any money on me, actually. I was the one doing all the spending. And then when the man comes forth and is like, you were doing all the spending, you ain't buying nothing from me.
Why I would go broke
But then
if I
don't spend $100,000 on me.
And to be honest, this embarrassment or shame that she got from even doing that one public, that very public situation, it could have been, narrowed down or it could have been watered down, I should say, if, again, the advice that I gave in the beginning is contrary to the advice that she was giving to other women.
For all my ladies that just had a baby, go out there and date and go live your best life.
If they was just chilling in the cut, waiting for a while before they came public, decided not to do any podcast interview until the two of them got in really good on a good foot, all this stuff could have been avoided. They could have had all these conversations privately. They could have had whatever situation going on privately because it made her look worse, right? You were left when you were pregnant, went through the whole pregnancy by yourself. The first relationship you got into is a whole next mess again. He over here talking about intimate things that the two of them have going on as well on the podcast.
When is it time for you to post your significant other? How soon?
ASAP.
Ain't posting nobody with condom.
So now people, who weren't aware are now aware of the fact that you jumped into this relationship with this man and were immediately intimate with him and could have easily had a baby with him too. Quickly after you already just had the other baby. And nobody would have known that. He let us know that. Trifling. He let us know.
Condom sex don't get posted.
I think, and the reason why I say trifling is because I feel like the line of question was trifling. I think that the two of them being inebriated, her more than him, during the line of questioning on this platform, knowing that it's going to go out there to the world, trifling, never made no sense.
About to get you drunk. I want to hear things you never told me before.
That's why, again, you might be thinking more emotional. You might be a little bit more vulnerable right now because you just had a baby and you're, in this space and you want to feel wanted and you want to feel liked and because of what you were going through with your ex, right? So you might be easily, withering into situations or relationships and talking about he's the best guy. He's the nicest guy. I'm so safe with this guy. You don't know him.
I mean, I feel like I really trust you. You don't really give me nothing to worry about. I'm starting to trust you more.
A lot of times when you tell women to just be by yourself for a little bit or be single, after you have a child, they be like, oh, you a hater. Oh, you think that single moms don't need no love. Oh, you think these are the things that people are trying to avoid. These are the things that people know that are out there because, again, you're vulnerable. Your heart is wide open. You could easily mistake like for love, chemistry, you know, for soulmate. A whole bunch of stuff can get misconstrued in your brain. I checked on social media and it looked like Justin Laboy ended up posting her on his Instagram story. Now, I don't know if this was a let me rekindle with you, get back kind of situation. I see that she is now following him on Instagram. He's still not following her on Instagram. So everything is kind of like up in the air. It's not a good look. Now the relationship over. Y'all done went public on social media. You done did all these things. All for what? It was like a 4-month run from the time that they met all the way till now. He's not losing anything from the situation. Nobody will care. In fact, women will be with him because he was with you. The only person that look a little sideways in this situation moving forward is you again.
I'll cut the video right there. She kicked some game at the end because the thing is, this is how I see it. I genuinely can, and I hope it don't. I really don't. I hope it does work out for them. But this what could happen. She's either going to end up a 2-time single parent with his baby. He going to be father number 2. They're not going to stay together. I can almost guarantee that. I hope that ain't the case, but that's how it's looking. But hopefully, if it don't work out, they just split up. No babies, no nothing, no marriage, no divorce. They just split and go their separate ways. But hey, that's why you got to vet better and stop feeding these girls sweet nothings, man. Do the work if you're going to do the work. I'm out, man. Leave the comments below what y'all think. Peace out.